This message comes to you from King's Church Wirral, UK. We hope that as you listen, you will be encouraged, blessed and inspired.
Well, I'm sure this morning that as you entered the gates or through the main doors, you were welcomed with a smile and a warm greeting, especially the warm greeting this morning. And that was by our welcome team. Okay, so they do a good job each week welcoming people, either new visitors or long-standing members of the church here. We've had many comments about how welcoming they are, so I can say that. But possibly many of us think of welcoming people. Well, isn't that why we have a welcome team? It's their job. That's what they do. However, although that's true, there's a lot more to welcoming than just that. And this year, as an eldership team, we want, as part of our vision for the church, to become known as a welcoming and inclusive church. But how do we do this? Well, it will take all of us, not just the welcome team, to make an intentional effort and have a genuine desire to embrace all people. We'll need to develop a culture of warmth, acceptance, and we're quite good at that, and diversity. There will be people with disabilities or different lifestyle, which we may not agree with, but we're not called to judge anyone. The Holy Spirit's job is to do that. We're not meant to comment or anything at all. What we are meant to do, and what we've been asked to do by Jesus, is to embrace all people who walk through our doors. Firstly, we want to continue to welcome everyone, new or regular members, with a genuine smile and a warm greeting. And for visitors coming for the first time who don't know anyone or where anything is, being shown where the main hall is, where the coffee bar is, or the toilets are, is very comforting. I mean, just imagine how you would feel if this was you arriving in an unfamiliar place, not knowing anyone or where anything was. For someone to say, "Oh, let me show you where we have our meeting or where you can get a drink," that will make a visitor feel much more comfortable. It takes a lot of courage to walk into this building for the first time, knowing that most people will already know each other, but that you are the new person and everybody will be noticing that you are new. And we need to make visitors feel at ease. And it's also very helpful to actually take them into the main hall and ask them if they would like to sit by someone or introduce them to another church member. By and large, the welcome team will do most of this, but it doesn't have to be exclusively them. And if any of us see a visitor sitting on their own before the meeting, let's go up and speak to them. You'll find that they will be glad that someone has actually come up to them and taken note and started to talk to them, because otherwise they could just feel like a fish out of water just sitting there on their own. After the meeting, when they've been warmly welcomed and put at their ease, we need to make sure that they are included in our coffee and fellowship time. Again, if we are to be an inclusive church, we need to be very intentional to make sure that no one is left on their own, especially newcomers, but also members. You can feel on your own a little bit sometimes as a member. It's very easy for us to steer towards our friends or our table and sit down and have a chat maybe sitting with the same people week after week after week. We need to have a meerkat mentality, lifting our heads up and looking round and seeing if there is anybody who's there on their own. We don't want anyone left on their own, unless it was a choice. So if we see people on their own, and this could include maybe just a new family, let's go and speak to them. And maybe take some people with us and go and join them, or even ask the new people to come and join us on our table. But don't let's leave them on their own. Let's be inclusive. I think it's true to say that we think of ourselves here as a King's Church family, a family. But what do we mean by family? In my natural family, I know everyone. I know their names, where they live, they have children, what their job is. We laugh, we joke. I know lots about them. And I'm not even scared to speak to them. But as a church family, surely this should be our experience. I mean, we won't necessarily know everything about everyone, but we can for some people. So I would like to set a challenge for all of us, not just for this week or next week, but as part of our ongoing vision for King's Church in 2025, in becoming a welcoming and inclusive church. Is there anyone whose name we don't know, or we've not really spoken to, apart from maybe just saying hello? Let's be intentional and go and speak to them. Some of us may say, I'm too shy to just go up and start speaking to someone I don't know, or I just wouldn't know what to say. Don't forget, we are the ones who know where everything is and know who everyone is. We are the hosts. And just like being a host at our own home, we make people feel welcome and included, even if they are a friend of another member of our household and we don't know them very well at all. So we can start by asking them their name, how they found the meeting, are they local, just general questions like that. And we may be surprised at how well we get on with people and how easy it is to just chat. Following on from this, we'll find it easier the next week to start speaking to them. And so we will be getting to know our brother and sister in our church family. The more time we spend with each other, the better we get to know them. And this is where hospitality is really key. Asking people out for a coffee or for a meal, especially new people, but not exclusively, will really help to build relationships and make them feel included. I'm sure we all know people in the fellowship who've been here for years, but we've never really got to know them. So having a meal with them in the same way as a new person will make a big difference. So it's important as part of our church vision to make sure everyone, both new and long-standing members, feels included. And one of the best ways is to be part of a team, as we've already heard. The welcome team, coffee bar team, children's work, sound, media, any of the teams that we have here. And another great way to feel that we belong is to be part of a table. Meeting each week with the same people, having a meal together really strengthens the relationships within the church. And as an eldership, we would encourage everyone to be part of a team and to join a table if they're not already on one. So if you want more information about these, please ask one of the elders. I came across a quote from a lady who started going to a church, and this is what she said. Walking into church on Sunday is a bit like coming home. It's like walking into a family living room. Could we have one of them here? If we want to see our vision of becoming a welcoming and inclusive church fulfilled, then we must be intentional and we must desire it. It's an ongoing process and it will take time, but we have to start sometime. And it needs everyone on board, ready to play their part. It would be good to have more people on the welcome team as we grow in number. Although they do a great job welcoming people each week, there's always room for more to perfect our welcome and inclusion. And if we make that decision to intentionally look out for new people and also members that we don't really know, then this will surely strengthen the church. So at the start of this year, let's decide to begin or to continue to make it happen. Thank you.
We hope that you've been blessed by this message. If you have any questions or comments, please contact us at www.kingschurchwirral.co.uk.